Remember the car with all the bells and whistles? Let's check it out. Well, we have a door ajar, traction control. There's ABS. There's traction system. There's stability system. There's brake system. We have a lot of lights here. I don't have enough electrical tape to cover them all, so I'm going to try and fix some of these lights. Hey puppy, did you come out to help me? Guess not. So looking under the hood here, we have this thing called the ABS control and pump assembly, and this one's probably peculiar to certain cars that have traction control and those other features. So I have another one, and I'm going to try and replace just the electronics portion of it. So while taking the air cleaner apart, I noticed something interesting. I'm going to have to dive into that a little later. But we have a jumper wire in there, and I'm not sure what that's going to, so we'll have to check that out. So I took part of this off, and I'm going to take more of it off because it's kind of in the way here for removing that module, so I can show you. Okay, so first we have to take this support bar off, or loose, because it's got a little thing that catches behind it. Can't do that to the problem child. Everything is all rusted. Okay, so if you look down inside here, there's clips on this box that have to be pushed in. So there's two on this side, and there's two on this side. So you need 4 hands to get this box off. Like that. Now it's out of the way, and now we can see a little bit more of what's going on with this jumper wire. It's an extra ground. That's all it is. It's a ground for this piece here. Why that was done like that, I don't know. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about that right now. Now we're going to disconnect this plug. So they have these kind of with the cheap tape on them. It's the way they come from the factory, but that just kind of rips off. And then you have to pull this out, but that's a lot of times hard to do. So if you have a screwdriver and you can get behind that, usually that kind of gets it loose a little bit. Just carefully pull that out a little bit, and then as you're pulling it out, this plug actually comes up. Like that, and then the plug comes off. Once you get it unplugged, you'll need a T20 Torx, and there's 6 screws that hold this module in. See that my Leon Burger came back to help me. Bring it here. He's pretty good at that. This wire harness piece kind of gets in the way there, so you have to push that out of the way a bit. And push down on the plug some more while pulling this off of the pins that go over the coils. There's a little bit of prying, and then the whole thing pops right out. There you have it. There's my replacement module. The first thing you have to do is you have to line up this plug here, and then you start working your way back in there, making sure that you clear all the pins that go in the coils. Okay, time to loosen this up. There's two nuts on the sides that you can loosen this up a little bit with. And hopefully I can get enough clearance that way to get this piece back in. Okay, I popped it up just a little bit. I still can't get that in there. Pry it up some more. Ta-da! Finally, we got it in there. Now we can get all the screws started. Okay, with all the screws tight, I'm going to make sure that this motor, pump motor plug is in. Next we're going to put the this plug assembly back on. So you have to have that extended because there's a groove there that helps ride that down straight. So you put that on there, and then as you're going down. Okay. And now we put all this stuff back together. Well, here we go. I have my code reader here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a little bit closer. Okay, so it's going through all the bells and whistles. So we're going to go in here and go through the menus here. Okay, we're going to go into quick scan. And it has 8 faults on the anti-lock brake system. And so we're going to hit F1 to clear. Yes. Clearing. So there's 2 faults left. Let's read those. Okay. PCM indicated requested torque malfunction. And the right front wheel speed sensor circuit malfunction. So those are the only 2 left there. So we may have gotten some things straightened out, but we're going to drive it around a bit and see if some of that will clear also. Okay, so now some of those codes have cleared. We still have the low fuel. We have the traction system and service brake system. Yeah, new one. Check tire pressure. That's a good one. So, unless you notice on the display here, all the ABS lights went out, and the only one I have left is the check engine and the traction control. So let's take it for a test drive. Okay, after clearing the codes and going for a little test drive, I still have 3 faults on the electronic brake control module. And if we look at those, we have a TCS RPM signal circuit malfunction, code C0236, and a PCM indicated requested torque malfunction, C0241, C0240, PCM traction control not allowed. And that's probably because of this other error. But if we look up here, the only one that we had left was the low fuel. So that's still there. I put some air in the tire and cleared that. And the only one we have left here is the traction control. So no more check engine, ABS, and all that other stuff. So we did clear quite a few codes. Now I'll have to look at what's causing those.